Wealth preservation is an important consideration for anyone with assets to protect. There are a variety of strategies and methods available to help preserve your wealth and keep it safe from market volatility, inflation, and other risks. In this video, we're going to be talking about 10 ways to preserve your wealth. Whether you're looking to protect your assets from inflation or estate taxes, these tips will help you keep your hard-earned money safe. So let's get started. Welcome to Coffeepo.com, where you learn finance every day. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please do, as we bring valuable information every day to keep you informed and updated about finances. 1. Boost your income. If you're looking to increase your income, there are a few things you can do to make more money. You could negotiate a salary increase at work, make money from your talent by being a writer, an editor, presenter, or so on. Turn your hobby into an income-generating activity, or start some other kind of passive income activity. If you have a hobby that you're passionate about, you may be able to turn it into an income-generating activity. For example, if you love to bake, you could start a baking blog or sell your baking creations online. Or if you're a talented photographer, you could start a photography business. Finally, there are a number of passive income activities you could pursue. These include investing in real estate, stocks, or other assets, starting a business that generates income without your active involvement, or creating and selling a product or service. Whatever route you decide to take, increasing your income can help you reach your financial goals. 2. Manage your money well. There are a lot of things that you can do to manage your money, but budgeting is by far the most effective. With a good budget, you can stay ahead of your finances and make sure that your money is working for you. Budgeting may seem restrictive at first, but it is actually a very freeing experience. Once you have a budget in place, you will be able to see exactly where your money is going and make adjustments accordingly. This will help you to keep more of your hard-earned money and make it work for you. If you are not sure where to start with budgeting, there are a number of resources available to help you. You can find budgeting software or apps that can help you to track your spending and create a budget that works for you. There are also many books and articles available on the subject. The most important thing to remember about budgeting is that it is a tool to help you manage your money, not a means to restrict your spending. With a good budget in place, you can have the financial freedom to spend your money the way you want to. 3. Invest wisely. Wealth preservation is a process by which you can keep your money safe and secure while still earning a return on your investment. There are a number of ways to preserve your wealth, but the most important thing is to invest wisely. When it comes to preserving your wealth, there are a few different strategies you can use. One common strategy is to diversify your investments. This means investing in a variety of different asset classes, such as stocks, bonds, and real estate. By diversifying your investments, you can minimize your risk and maximize your returns. Another common wealth preservation strategy is to invest in assets that have the potential to appreciate in value over time. This includes investing in things like art, antiques, and collectibles. These assets can provide you with a solid return on your investment while still protecting your principal. No matter what strategy you use, the most important thing is to invest wisely. This means doing your homework and understanding the risks and rewards of each investment before you commit your money. By taking the time to learn about investing, you can help ensure that your wealth is preserved for years to come. 4. Diversify. Are you familiar with the Patricia 𝐦𝐤 story? No? Well, let me bring you up to speed. So, Patricia, a former heiress and model, was married to John W. 𝐦𝐤, who, at one point, was worth $5 billion and considered the wealthiest person in America. Now, this was back in the 80s, so around 1990. The couple divorced and Patricia received a massive settlement of $1 million annually. Bitten by the entrepreneurship bug, Patricia invested the majority of her divorce money in a vineyard that had a brief stint of success before nosediving and costing her most of her fortune. Patricia even had to offload some of her art pieces and jewelry at auction. So, what's the moral of the story? You need to invest in different things instead of putting everything in one opportunity. Spread your investments over several different areas, like the stock market or real estate. Don't put all of your eggs in one basket, as the saying goes. 5. Hire a good CPA and do what they say. When it comes to preserving your wealth, hiring a good CPA and doing what they say is one of the best things you can do. While there are a number of other things you can do to help preserve your wealth, This is a great place to start. A good CPA can help you make smart decisions about how to invest your money and how to minimize your taxes. They can also help you plan for retirement and make sure you are taking advantage of all the tax breaks and benefits that are available to you. Of course, even if you have a great CPA, you still need to be careful with your money. Make sure you are not spending more than you can afford and that you are investing your money wisely. But if you follow these tips, you should be able to preserve your wealth and keep more of your hard-earned money in your pocket. 6. Get insured. As our climate continues to change, it's becoming more important than ever to insure our assets. Natural disasters such as hurricanes, tornadoes, wildfires, and floods are becoming more common, and if you're not insured, you could be left with a lot of damage and no way to pay for it. Homeowners insurance typically covers damage from wind, hail, fire, and lightning, but not from floods. If you live in an area at risk for flooding, it's important to get flood insurance to protect your home. Investment properties are also at risk for natural disasters. If you own an investment property, make sure it is properly insured so that you can recoup your losses if it is damaged. No one likes to think about the possibility of their home or property being damaged, but it's important to be prepared. Insuring your assets is the best way to protect yourself from financial ruin in the event of a natural disaster. 7. Seek good legal advice. If you're one of the lucky few to have made it to the top, congratulations! You've joined an exclusive club of people who have attained wealth and success. But with this new level of success comes a new set of challenges, one of which is an increased likelihood of being sued. That's right. Once you become rich and successful, you become a target for lawsuits. Whether it's your neighbor, a former colleague, or a random stranger, there are people out there who will see you as a walking dollar sign and try to take you to court to get a piece of your wealth. So what can you do to protect yourself? The first step is to lawyer up and make sure you have the best legal minds on your side. They can help you battle the predators who are looking to take advantage of you and also guide you through business contracts. And not to forget, they'll also tell you when to hush before your mouth costs you half of your wealth. With the help of a good legal team, you can protect your wealth and continue to enjoy the success you've worked so hard to achieve. 8. Have an estate plan. If you want to preserve your wealth, you need to have an estate plan. This means having a will and trusts in place so that your assets are distributed according to your wishes. You also need to make sure that your beneficiary designations are up to date. This includes your life insurance policy, retirement accounts, and any other accounts that have a named beneficiary. You should review your estate plan periodically to make sure it still meets your needs. And if you have a change in your family situation, you'll need to update your plan accordingly. If you don't have an estate plan, now is the time to create one. You can work with an attorney to draft your documents, or you can use an online service. No matter how you do it, having an estate plan is the best way to preserve your wealth and make sure your assets are distributed according to your wishes. 9. Pick executors and trustees wisely. When it comes to preserving your wealth, one of the most important decisions you can make is choosing an executor or trustee for your estate. Many people automatically default to a family member, but this can be a mistake. Family members may have their own biases and agendas that could undermine your wishes. It's always best to choose a professional, such as a lawyer, to act as your executor or trustee. This ensures that there will be no conflict of interest and that your wishes will be carried out to the letter. If you're looking for a trust company to manage your trust, make sure to research different options and find one that you feel comfortable with. 10. Sign a prenup. When you sign a prenuptial agreement, you and your spouse agree on how to divide your assets in the event of a divorce. This can protect your wealth and property in the event of a divorce. Prenups can be especially important for those with significant assets, such as a house, a business, or investments. Without a prenup, these assets could be divided between you and your spouse in a divorce. A prenup can also protect you from your spouse's debts. If your spouse has a lot of debt, you may be responsible for some of it if you don't have a prenup. Prenups can also protect your children's inheritance. If you have children from a previous relationship, you may want to make sure they inherit your assets. Without a prenup, your spouse could claim some of your assets in a divorce. If you're thinking about getting married, you should talk to an attorney about a prenuptial agreement. A prenup can give you peace of mind and protect your assets in the event of a divorce. That's all for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to hear more videos from our channel, subscribe and make sure to turn on the bell icon.